Hello there, Monstars. Welcome to your next split video. In this video, we're going to be talking about polygons and their attributes. Our picture here gives you a little hint of what polygons are. Polygons are shapes. And we're going to talk a little bit about polygons, what type of shapes they are, and what attributes means. So our I can statement for this video is I can identify a polygon and its attributes. So let's talk about what a polygon, attributes, and line segments are. Let's start down here with the bottom and looking at line segments. A line segment is a straight line that has a beginning and an end. So it has a beginning point and an end point, and it must be straight. If we're looking at attribute, attribute is another word for trait. And we've talked in class about physical traits and character traits. An attribute is a trait of a shape that you can physically see. And then finally we have our polygon. A polygon is a closed shape with straight line segments and no intersecting lines. So it must be closed, which means it can't be open. So something like this would not be a polygon because it's open. It has to have straight lines. So a circle would not be a polygon because it does not have straight lines. And it has to have no intersecting lines. So the lines cannot cross across each other. So what does a polygon look like? I want you to pause the video and I want you to draw what you think a polygon could be. Push play when you're ready. Okay, there's many options when you're drawing a polygon. Remember that it has to be closed, cannot be open. It has to have straight line segments and no intersecting lines. So a square would be a polygon. We could make a rectangle, a pentagon, which has 5 sides. So there's a lot of options when it comes to polygon, and we're going to explore those in this unit as we move through the unit. But now I'd like you to draw a polygon with 3 sides. So this should be a review from things you've done in the past. So pause the video, push play when you're ready, and I want you to draw a polygon with 3 sides. Okay, your polygon with 3 sides should come to 3 points. So when you connect your points, you would have 3 line segments, 3 sides, and that forms what kind of polygon? You're right, you discovered that you had a triangle. Now triangles can look differently. Like this would be another way to make a triangle. So if your triangle looks a little bit different than these two, that's okay. As long as what? Your triangle has to have 3 sides. It has to have straight line segments, no curved lines, and it has to be closed. Remember, that's the definition of a polygon. Okay, now I'd like you to draw a polygon with 4 sides. I want you to pause the video and I want you to draw a polygon with 4 sides. Push play when you're ready. Okay, your polygon with 4 sides could have looked something like this. Could also have looked like, let me make my 4 points and connect them. Could also have looked like this. What do we call this polygon? We call that a rectangle. It might also have looked something like this. We're going to look deep or go deep into types of polygons with 4 sides. But one thing we need to remember that is if we're dealing with a polygon with 4 sides, a 4-sided polygon has a special name. And that name is a quadrilateral. Now, quadrilateral is something that we've talked about a lot in our everyday math when we've done our spiral review. Remember, it's called a quadrilateral because it has 4 sides. Quad stands for 4. So when you have a 4-sided polygon, you're going to know that it's a quadrilateral. And we're going to talk about specific names of these polygons as we move through the unit, but right now let's remember that if it's a 4-sided polygon, that it's referred to as a quadrilateral. And as we move through our unit, we'll discover that shapes are everywhere. Everywhere we look, we're seeing shapes. So let me ask you this question. When you look at this drawing that I made, Lenny requested a sailboat, so I drew him a picture of a sailboat. How many triangles can you find? Also, how many quadrilaterals can you find? I want you to try to answer that question, and when bring this into class with you, and we'll go over our answers. And I want you to write down how many triangles can you find, how many quadrilaterals can you find in this picture of this sailboat. Alright, and in this flip video, I'm not going to leave you with a joke. I'm going to leave you with a task. My question to you is, draw a picture using only polygons. So you saw that I just drew a picture of a sailboat using polygons. I want you to see if you can draw a picture only using polygons. It can be a picture of anything that you would like, but it can only have polygons. So remember, we talked about triangles today. We talked about quadrilaterals. There are other polygons that we have not talked about yet. You saw a pentagon, but there's other options, and you are more than welcome to include those. But the final step today is draw a picture using only polygons. Don't forget your whisk. It's due on Thursday this week, and I hope you have a great night.